Fizz bitch.
Fizz. Banana. Fizz bitch.
God.
Lord, it's gonna take forever. I
I gotta check now, because I just remembered how dank the battle theme is for this game.
Dude,
I
this
see
game-
which guy makes it.
This game is great. I think there's 2 or 3 of these games, and
Didn't you say one of them? So this guy's name is Motori Sakuraba. Of course, pronounced with an accent that's not me being like Motori Sakuraba. But it's
Sakuraba.
yeah,
You know what I
you're
want?
not gonna hear me doing that accent. What? Not out loud.
That's not getting online.
Mostly this guy works for the company camera, and he's done like Mario sports titles and stuff. That makes sense. Mario has really good music as well.
Oh yeah. Special guests tonight.
That game series Star Ocean, apparently he's in at least one of those. As the music person, assumably. Yeah, music department for Star Ocean. Resonance of Fate, or Fate. So that game's good. Well, he worked on music in Super Smash Bros., or maybe it's just because he makes games that have been used in it. Who knows? No, it seems he's been involved in all the Super Smash games. Oh, Eternal Sonata. He was in that game that was about a composer. That says something if they hired you to be the composer for a game that's about a real-life composer in a coma singing music to himself while he's dreaming. I feel like that was the plot of that game. That was a really good game. Very underrated Xbox 360 RPG. It was like one of the 2 good ones on the 360. That and that one where everyone forgets why they're immortal or whatever.
What one was that? This tree
Lost Odyssey.
was a person.
This tree was a person. I can relate.
Every
like
one
that
of these
Captain
trees
Planet.
were a people.
Remember, did you ever see that Captain Planet thing?
With Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle's turning everyone into a tree. Is that the plot of this game? Don Cheadle has successfully turned everyone in this town into trees, and
And
all
all the
must fight Don
houses.
Cheadle.
And all the houses and the trees.
That's what this whole game's building up to.
And
John
all the,
Cheadle.
all the plants in the trees. No, I'm just kidding. That's like a dog or a baby or something.
All the regular plants are animals, and all the trees
Turned
are
into
people.
mini trees and all the vegetation turned into people, and all the people turned into vegetation.
Kids turn into pine cones. And or apples.
Little seedlings.
Little seed bag fruit.
It's sparkling. I think it might be angel dust.
Are we about to all be trees? Is Don Cheadle about to turn these boys into trees? And how many boss fights do you have to do as a tree? I really want to know more about the tree physics.
You used Splinter.
Oh gosh, the tree just came at me and splintered me. Or are we being protected by a magic plot barrier that makes us immune to tree?
Tree dust.
I believe we were... Oh, the barrier of plot armor.
Did it save us? The plot armor.
The plot
Did
armor.
it work?
Did the plot armor save us? I tried to use a plot armor spell to see if it would work, but I'll never be able to do it again.
It was our synergy. That's what it is. What, are you crazy? I didn't use any synergy.
But if it wasn't you, and it wasn't me, and it wasn't the other person laying on the ground, then... Ghost!
plot barriers.
We thought that synergy was only used when people were not doing plot-related things, but now it's plot-related. I'm just having a raging plot right now.
This plot's on fire. Yep, must mean that.
Ah, yes, like some sort of
There's no other
plot
way.
armor.
There's no other way to explain that. Some sort of plot armor. Fuck.
That guy did just explain it as it's like when we get critical strikes in battle, which was kind of cool. He just used like an in-game...
Is that what he just said?
Yeah, he used like in-game stat mechanics to explain some weird plot lore about the plot armor.
What? That's a
pretty
little...
neat. I can dig it.
It's a little bit silly. Watch out, it's happening again. I'm not doing anything. This is just happening. What's going on?
When you synergize with the synergies, you can't be attacked by non-enemy. Why don't they turn into trees? I am Don Treadle.
Don Treadle.
I am Don Treadle. And this is my wife.
Come on. No, don't.
Willow Smith. She's a willow tree.
Oprah Willowfree. Don Treadle, oh my god.
Don Treadle's where it's at, though. You can't force it. Like, sometimes you create beauty in art, and sometimes you end up with trying to name his wife.
The love child of Oprah Willowfree and Don Treadle.
His name is just Gnarled Barkley. He's just made of gnarled bark.
Barkley. His fucking wife.
This is my wife.
Laurel. You mean Yanny? I think you mean Yanny, son.
Oh god. Oh no. The dress is blue and white all over again. Or black. I don't remember what that whole dress thing was. I was too colorblind to deal with it to
have
begin
a
with.
disadvantage to begin with.
I was just way too colorblind to deal with that bullshit.
Yo, bro, I'm super not racist. I'm actually colorblind.
It doesn't work like that. No, seriously, it doesn't work like that. I don't get to do... I can't just fling that around. Look.
I thought he was white. I didn't know he was black.
I just see everyone as the same shade of being an asshole.
That's true colorblindness. Same shade of asshole.
It's just like, no matter what color you smear all over it, everyone's just a big old asshole. And on the inside, we're all full of shit. Yeah, let's go save everyone. Before we suffer the existential dread of realizing that everyone's just full of poop. At all times, probably.
Full of shite. I know there's a secret entrance around here somewhere. I think it's in the other house, maybe.
Is it covered by a person tree?
It might be.
I feel like they would cover it by a person tree or hide it behind a bookshelf.
But it also might be accessible, like, before you fix all this.
Check behind the stairs?
Oh, I remember. This was really cool when I was young. I figured this out, like, without a guide. It's a secret door in the back of this place.
Classic. Everybody loves a secret backdoor entrance.
Oh yeah.
What's funny about that is, like, to the people actually in this world, it's literally just a door on the side of the house that everyone can see clearly. It's only hidden to us forced from an outside camera perspective on the side of the city.
That's fortifying the fourth wall.
Just fortify the fourth wall.
Just put a bunch of doors to rooms that you never go in because you don't even know they're there.
No one can tell they're there because, like, we all see the world from this perspective, but the doors face that way. We can't look that way. I mean, what am I gonna do? Just, like, back up into walls?
It's the allegory of the cave.
What happens when you face a direction you can't see from your camera perspective? You just see nothing.
Oh yeah, getting him gin. Do you have to fight him? Nope, I get him right away. Some of them you gotta fight.
I briefly played this game a very long time ago.
And if you use physical attacks against them while you're fighting them, they run away and you can't ever get them. So you have to destroy them with magic. Solely.
Well, like, you could, like, combine different ones together on the same character and it'll give you, like, different combinations of abilities.
Yes. You can change their class that way as well.
Yeah. It's pretty dang stuff. I hope the same thing for this franchise that I hope for all franchises, just because of my personal preferences. I'd love to see like a Final Fantasy Tactics. I guess I should say Tactics Ogre because that technically is the precursor. But
what the fuck is Tactics Ogre?
Like the guy who headed the original Final Fantasy Tactics actually made a game like I forget how many years before with another company on a different console. It was like a really cool. I mean, it's basically Final Fantasy Tactics, but slightly different. There's classes and stat growths that are.
Is it 3D?
The graphics are very similar to Tactics.
Like cartoon sprites like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say cartoony, but, you know, kind of like this game.
Well, this is all sprites, too.
Yeah.
2D sprites.
I guess I just didn't see them as cartoony, because I always imagine cartoony as, like, a specific style where things are more, like, goofily proportioned.
Yeah, so I don't mean that. I mean more like computer CG type looking, but, like, primitive CG.
It's classic bit, like more like this, I would say.
Okay.
Like, all the characters look like this overworld graphic sprite of him.
So it is real similar to Tactics.
Yeah. Like, it almost seems like they used a lot of the same engines and stuff.
Gotcha.
I don't like it as much, but I can see that I had a remake of it when they finally released it. I think it was PSP in the US. You could finally play Tactics Ogre, hyphen let us cling together or something.
Hyphen lettuce?
Let us.
Oh.
Let us cling together.
What am I fucking smoking? Some funky business.
Some let us cling together.
Okay.
I as much as it's the precursor, I tried playing it. I just didn't like it.
What's the precursor to what?
Tactics Ogre is before Final Fantasy Tactics, but that same guy was like the head producer on both of them or whatever.
Gotcha.
I don't know what the job title exactly was, but the same guy came up with the idea for both of them, basically. The only thing, I really like the original Tactics so much, but I don't really like the Brave Faith system they incorporated, or
in Tactics?
Yeah.
Which is what?
Brave
is your hit percentage, and
sort of.
Faith is your defense percentage.
So, like, Brave affected a few things. Like, your Brave was basically directly correlated to, like, all your reaction abilities, like counter and stuff.
Okay.
They would have, like, that percentage chance of activating.
They were?
Their percentage chance to activate.
Okay.
And, like, certain, I think, like, the Monk's Fists and maybe some other certain attacks would get, like, stronger if you had a high Brave, I think. It was calculated in weird ways for certain things. It was super easy to exploit with abilities that raise it, so you could have, with the Shiradori, or I forget what it was called before the retranslation in War of the Lions, but it was a samurai reaction where you could just stop any physical attack. and the percentage chance was your brave, and you can raise Ramza, the main character's brave, up to 97. So you have a 97% chance to just stop all physical attacks on you.
Damn.
So like people would shoot an arrow at you and you would just
Nothing.
catch it midair. Someone would come up with like, I have 2 heavy swords in my hand with like all this really cool attack power damage. Block. Block. Oh. It's too exploitable. So like I wasn't a huge fan of the Brave Faith system. And then they also did this thing where everyone had like a zodiac birth sign because it was called like the zodiac.
Right.
Everything with the
Zodiac.
Yeah, it was all about zodiac and the titles and lore and shit. So every character has a birthday and zodiac signs, and like certain zodiac signs do more damage to other zodiac signs and less
Based
to others.
on their elemental
It's
properties.
almost like it's like a second elemental weakness chart that's just based on when you were born.
Well, that's pretty crazy though.
Like it's interesting, but
I can see how it's annoying.
because
I
sometimes you're
understand.
doing low damage to people, and maybe at the moment you forget that's how the game works, and you're looking at it like, why did my fire spell do like 130 damage to this guy and then like 50 damage to the other person? It's like, oh, they're Sagittarius, that's why.
Right. What the fuck?
Like, I don't think when they're born should affect how much damage I'm dealing that much or at all. Like I would actually find it more interesting. It's like actually it's like
That's
like a
in,
differential of like 5 or 10 damage that you might not even notice while playing.
That's in Tactics.
Yeah, the original one.
Did they put it in the port to Android?
Yeah, it's just part of the base game. Like it's just it works as intended, but I'm not a fan of it.
I gotcha.
But I love the storyline, I love the job classes, I love being able to mix the different job classes' actions and reactions and passive abilities with each other to create your own class, basically. It's my favorite thing to do in any game. So I would love to see that with this, though, where like you play through a game and you create characters and like... This one game tried to do what I was talking about, but it's kind of like a junky-made indie game. It's called Fell Seal Arbiter's Mark. You get it on the Switch and the PlayStation, I think. And you can tell they were fans of Final Fantasy
Is it mad
Tactics.
Japanese?
I
Sounds like
I don't actually know if it was made in Japan.
okay.
I forget. But, like, the graphics are not terrible, but weird. And, like, all the menus and stuff, you can tell it's a low-budget game, but, like, they came up with really interesting classes that all have, like, 8 to 13 unlockable abilities. And you could intermix them just like that. They added in, like, a minor yet amusing character customizer where you could like choose faces and skin tones and hairstyles, and so you could have
A little bit more character customization would be good in RPGs in general. I have to piss real bad.
Yeah, you just need a little more customization. Alright, kitties. The kitties look like you're very comfortable in there. Hi, baby girl. Gonna use Lisa's pillow there? Yeah, that makes sense. Big fluffy cat with a tiny cat using it as a pillow. Oh, I ruined everything.
Kitties.
Oh, kitties.
Ultimate meow meow meows.
I've intervened by petting me. Meow. Meow. Double kitty pat attack. But I really like the idea, because like this game kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII in regards, where it's like junctioning your summons to...
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it kind of is.
Junctioning your creatures to you is how your
It
stack
totally
growth
is
and
in that
stats
way.
work, and like all of your abilities. You could, I mean, this is more directly related because like with the 8 one, you like
You can
equipping
only
them.
summon them.
You could
In
summon.
this one, you can use them. They have an attack. Each djinn itself has one individual attack or move or buff
Yeah.
before you're able to use it as a summon. So it's like 2 things.
8 kind of has that because like one of the like Diablos gives you Mug. Some of them give you Dark Side. Other commands you can use. Card.
How do you get them again, though?
The summons.
No, the moves.
The summons have like their own level up that they do separately.
Oh, right. When you in
While
8,
they're
in 8, the summons act like the equipment and weapons do in 9.
Yeah.
Except you don't have to fill in the ability slot. It just gives you the ability, right?
But you are leveling it up in the exact same way as the equipment in 9 does. There's
Yeah,
like a
but
thing that's selected, and then
But
you're
in
leveling
9,
that
each
up.
character has a limited number of
Oh yeah, the
energy counters or whatever.
to equip the abilities with ability points or whatever.
Some chocolate nut sacks.
I'm gonna steal one of these chocolate nut sacks. Oh my god.
My god.
The chocolate's so good on those.
Yeah, it's dark. I think it's dark chocolate.
Sure is. It tastes like actual chocolate. None of that Hershey's bullshit.
Gold darn bean taint none.